Welcome back to Switch to Linux. It is Friday and it is time for the news. And today we're going to be starting out with our privacy news. Lots of fascinating privacy news stuff. A lot of interesting little things. And I think my overarching topic here on privacy news this week is it doesn't matter if a company is selling your data or sharing your data or just using it internally. You just don't want them to have it. We're going to look at some of the articles about that here today. So first, the WhatsApp founder plans to leave after a broad clash with its parent, Facebook. It's like, imagine your parent, Facebook. Clean your room, little WhatsApp. He's like, no, I want to clean my room. They're parting ways. No, it's actually more devious than that. Of course, Facebook bought WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is supposed to be designed as a fully encrypted end-to-end text messaging, phone conversation, basically a web-based chat function, so you can send messages and whatever else utilizing the WhatsApp application, right? And the thing about WhatsApp is generally there's really no data collection in it. But Facebook sees, Facebook grabs something and it's like, yeah, we got to ruin the party with the ads. So we just got to harvest as much data out of this thing as we possibly can. And so basically they're clashing over the fact that now Facebook wants to attempt to use personal data and weaken its encryption so that they can start utilizing and harvesting the data inside of WhatsApp for the purpose of running, basically figuring out a way to harvest data, whatever else they want to do. And so that's kind of, he's stepping down. This is the second director of WhatsApp who's left the company because Facebook is just trying to get in there and harvest all of their data. And so that in and of itself is a challenge. And actually, I think the next one, I'm going to move an article around. I want to cover this one next because, well, we're on the Facebook trend. We're going to come back to Facebook, don't worry. But the next thing is if you happen to use Instagram, another Facebook company, Instagram is using billions of Instagram images to train artificial intelligence algorithms. So all that stuff you're putting up there to Instagram, Facebook is grabbing that data, harvesting it, and using it. This is, by the way, mind you, they have said they're not using the data in other places. There was a privacy concern with sharing data between Instagram and Facebook. Well, they may or may not be porting all your data into their database, but one thing that they are actually doing with it is they are utilizing all of the things you upload along with all of the tags and things to work on the AI. Guys, now that we know this, this is the opportunity. If you are still using Instagram, I'm not necessarily going to say delete it. What I want you to do is I want you to start putting up tons and tons and tons of photos and just start putting the weirdest tags on it and totally screw up that AI. We got to see if we can do to Facebook's AI what the 4chan bots did to Microsoft's AI. Let's make Facebook's AI crazy. Let's do it. Upload those tags, upload those Instagram images, use those hashtags, and screw up that AI. Maybe then we'll realize AI ain't all that great. So, but anyway, they have been utilizing these in coordination with the tags in order to develop an AI to figure out what is in a photo, where is the photo. Basically, quote from the article, we rely almost entirely on hand-curated, human-enabled data sets. If a person hasn't spent time to label something specific in an image, even the most advanced computer vision systems won't be able to identify it. That's oh guys, you just gotta mess with this. Troll this bot. Troll it good. Upload those Instagram images and upload them with the weirdest tags possible. Let's see if we can rebrand a dog as a cat in Facebook AI. Let's do it, people. We all got to get on board. Let's mess with that AI. But anyway, that is Facebook doing some more goofy stuff. I did promise to talk a little bit about Mozilla. And so Mozilla, this is coming out in version 60, which is right around the corner. Kind of funny. It's like 55 just came out. I don't know. But anyway, version 60 is right around the corner here. And what Mozilla wants to do with Firefox now is push you recommended ads. Recommended content. Excuse me. Some of them just happen to be sponsored. So there's a little bit to this, so it's a little interesting. It kind of starts with the fact that Mozilla bought the tool Pocket. Pocket is a way that, of course, if you have a if you have logged into their platform with Pocket, you can save and cross-sync across all your devices things you like. So you're on a website you like, hit that little tab button, it saves it in your Pocket, and it'll push that to any device that you've logged in on Pocket. So Firefox is going to be utilizing that type of technology. They claim, however, it doesn't cross-sync, but I have questions about what does it do if you have a Pocket account, you are logged into that Pocket account, does it still collect the data or not? But there is still data collection. They're saying this is all about privacy, but I'm going to show you from their own documentation, it is not all about privacy, and we have reason to be concerned about this. So, content on the web is powerful. It enables us to learn new things, discover new perspectives, and sell all of our crap to all you peons. Buy a coffee cup. But anyway, make sure that the stories like these stories are worth your time and attention, are discoverable and supported is central to what we care and to what we care about at Pocket. Okay, that was a statement from Pocket, apparently. I don't know. It's important for quality content like this to thrive, and in a critical way, it's funded through advertising. But unfortunately, today, the advertising model is broken. It doesn't respect user privacy, it's not transparent, and it lacks control, all while starting to move us toward low-quality clickbait content. Okay, and there's a lot of companies that are looking at this, a lot of companies that are exploiting the bad advertising market, and there's a lot of companies trying to do something about it. This is my biggest issue with the Brave browser, is it's not a privacy-centric browser. It is a browser that was designed to upset the ad system. That's what it's designed for, okay? And that's what they focus on doing. And it's a worthwhile goal. I just wish they'd be a little more honest about that. They didn't raise millions of dollars to be a privacy-centric browser. They did it on a platform to adjust the advertising. They want to battle the advertising. That's what Firefox is trying to do right now. Yes, the current system of advertising is a problem. This gets in a better direction, but I'm still having concerns. Still, in my opinion, the best advertising, you want to advertise with this, pay me directly. I'll talk about it with my systems. It may or may not be easy to determine what the impact was, but if 10,000 people watch my video and I talked about your product, it's likely, half of those people are at least paying attention enough to know, hey, at least I talked about your product. We don't necessarily have the analytics and the metrics, but that's a much safer, much more privacy conscious. It's kind of like radio ads, television ads. You buy the ad space, it goes out over the air, you have a approximate number how many people are listening, how many people are watching. You can take those numbers back. The biggest problem with the ad marketing world as it is with all the user interaction, you can pinpoint down specific people to specific accounts and or numbers and identify who is what, if not directly in your system, algorithmically in the system. And that in and of itself is where the challenge is. So this gets pretty close. In fact, if Firefox did one or two things differently here, I might not be as problematic with it. And obviously, the good thing about Firefox is they have the about.config. You can go in there and turn this stuff off. Okay? In theory. Chrome, you can't do that. Chrome does a lot of crazy stuff I don't like, but getting in there is no real good place to do that. Firefox still has a place. If you don't want geolocation turned on, you can go to the about.config or about:config, and then you just go in and disable that information. So what they're doing here is that they're integrating in Pocket. Now, I am on WaterFox here, which does not have Pocket integrated, but I did boot up my version of Quantum here, which is, let me tell you the version number. Where are you, Mr. Firefox? I am on 58.0.2. So just in case you don't know what I'm looking at, I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen real quick, and then you'll be able to see what we are looking at. All right. So here is my screen. This is my Firefox, and what you see is this guy here, which was added to Firefox recently, is the Pocket tab. So here you can try it now. You can log into your Pocket. Here's the terms of service, a privacy policy, which I have not read this privacy policy at this point in time. But what this will do is your system somewhere locally is going to literally store a collection of every browser that you hit. Everything on this is done client side. I want to go back to the article here in a second, but the next thing I want to show you is you can come down here into your bookmarks area, view your Pocket list. Now, I don't have anything there. Let me actually just go ahead and, let's see, click on the button to save the article. View Pocket on any device. So this one, I think I might have to sign in or whatever at this point in time. The big deal about this is that most people are like, what they're doing is they're making it so you don't have to sign in. It's going to take and collect all of that data and store it locally on your system. And then what happens is Pocket is going to send a list of the most popular websites every day to Firefox, and then Firefox is going to go on your machine side, which sounds like it's going to take some of your memory to do this. It's going to look at the types of links you have already looked at, and utilizing the analytics that has already been collected on you based upon other websites, they're going to feed you sites that they think you will want to see. Everything is done client side. And that's where they're really pushing their marketing is that way. So what can you expect? Personalization without sacrificing privacy. I'm going to disagree with this. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Quality rewards valuable content. Okay, no, I don't want you to push content you think I want to see. I hate that. That drives me crazy. I want this to be a complete opt-in. This should be complete opt-in. First screen, would you like us to utilize this? If I hit the no button, I want you to not even install the crap on my system because I don't need it taking my memory. I don't need it taking my space. All right. Control. If you see a story you're not a fan of, you can hide it. That's not much control. How many times I've hidden the same, in my opinion, offensive ads on YouTube and I keep seeing them over and over and over. It's like you hit the not interested and you just see it more. Anyway, transparency and open organization. All code in Firefox is open source. We're all about that. Again, I'm going to have some issues here. And because we go over to our FAQs down here, so what is it? Why am I seeing Pocket recommendations on my new tab page? So here, of course, the yellow box is telling us this isn't being pushed out to everybody yet. But here is the part that I am concerned about. When you use Firefox, Mozilla by default collects technical and interactional data. That is fingerprint data. And what are you using? You can opt out of this, by the way. You can read about it, how we do it here. If your Firefox is configured to share the technical and interactional data, when recommendations from Pocket are displayed on your tab, we collect information about how many times they appear and whether or not you interact with them. However, this is not associated with any other technical information on your Firefox. Translation, people, they are still collecting the data. They are still collecting your data. They are collecting how many times you've seen the story and if you have interacted with that story, which presumably is, did you hide it or did you click on it? So when they're talking about we're doing this without sacrificing privacy, no, they're not. They're still collecting data. Okay, that's the overarching principle of today's privacy news. It doesn't matter if you're using it, selling it, whatever. Stop sending it. Okay, and this is kind of that default. If you don't go in there and configure Firefox to never do that, then it's going to. However, Firefox, like I said, the good news about all this is it is still very easy to get into Firefox and tell it not to send any of this type of data. And I'm going to assume you can completely disable this Pocket stuff out of the about config files. But I haven't seen the documentation. Of course, you can still see the recommendations, even if they're not collecting the data, because it is still collecting data on everything you visited. So what I don't know, questions that I have not found the answer to, I haven't spent a ton of time looking. Can I clear all of that? Is that stored as cookies? How is this data being collected and stored? Because I would set up the browser to completely and perpetually wipe this stuff. So that is what Firefox is doing in their next version, which is why I'm using WaterFox more and more and more. Not interested in this crap, Mozilla. Not interested in this crap. And I got news for you if anybody from Mozilla is watching this. Most people who choose not to use Chrome don't want to use Chrome because of the privacy. If you make it just as crappy with stuff like this, we're going to abandon you as well. That's kind of the case. So that's what has been up with Mozilla. More data collection. Google Wonderkind is building a secret social gaming startup. So basically, there's this 21-year-old guy who was at Facebook. He's leaving them to join Google, and he is creating a new game, which is it is a social interaction game that is not already connected to any other social media account. Translation: we're going to create a game. It's not connected to anything else to be our own social network. So again, a lot of data is being collected here. I just spilled a whole lot of coffee down my shirt. That's exciting. I think my cup's a little too full. Oh well. Got to watch this one tonight. All right, so with this being said, there's not a whole lot more to this. The game is called Arcade, basically what he's doing is he wants to create an app which is specifically focused on mobile gaming with friends. There's very little data about this. He said it's a very early experiment, so there aren't many details to share right now. We start talking about social networks, experiments in games. Now we're starting to get into this kind of creepy, scary-looking territory. So we got to be careful about that. That's kind of all I want to say there, because there's a lot of speculation about what's going on. But this is why I'm not a big fan of gaming. I mean, I've never been a huge gamer, but I love individual games. I don't really want some social game. I definitely don't want some game where it's storing all this type of data and whatnot. I just think that we're getting into scary territory when we start doing this, especially since it's just moving in this direction where it's moving in a direction, I think, where we're starting to lose out on the concept of anything close to what we might consider privacy. All you guys still using Yahoo, or if you're like, I'm done with Yahoo, I'm not agreeing to oaths, privacy policies, I don't want anything to do with this company, this is scary stuff. Well, I hope you're not using a Samsung phone, because Oath is teaming up with Samsung to produce bloatware on your new phones with all of the Oath products. So I'm going to guess that I haven't read the terms and service of all this stuff, but if you happen to be using a Samsung phone with all these things, yay! And this might have only been on Verizon phones, so it's not going to, I think it's not going to like AT&T phones. But we're excited to announce that Oath now delivers content through Bixby's Home for Samsung Galaxy customers and offers exciting new mobile opportunities for brands. Partnership represents Oath, Verizon, Samsung's shared commitment to deliver an unparalleled mobile experience of absolute forcing you into non-binding arbitration. Forced binding arbitration. I said that wrong. Well, we collect every bit of data against you on your smartphone now. Welcome to Oath. You take the oath to pledge our policies. You don't like it, you can switch to Apple. Yeah. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. Okay. Sorry, kitty. You gotta go. All right. Getting too close to the camera. Yes. All right, so Oath is owning the mobile movement with an unparalleled partnership to distribute our trusted mobile content and advertising. That is so hilarious. That's actually in the article. Let me read that again. Oath is owning the mobile moment with an unparalleled partnership to distribute our trusted mobile content and advertising on millions of Samsung devices across the U.S. and select global markets. Following the launch of Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus, Oath becomes Samsung's premier content partner on Bixby Home in the U.S., with plans to expand across global markets later this year. Oath's top mobile apps and native ads through Yahoo Gemini will be distributed across eligible Samsung devices with Bixby. The content and ad experience was custom designed with Samsung to create the best consumer experience that drives deeper mobile engagement. With a single swipe, Samsung's customers can stay connected to the most important customized content from Oath's powerful house of brands, including Yahoo Sports, Newsroom, Yahoo Finance, and Verizon's Go90. If you wondered why Verizon was still courting a relationship with Yahoo even after 2 different hacks were revealed, this is why. I've said this many times in my videos. They were after the patents. Yahoo has some fascinating patents on advertising, and that's exactly what Verizon's trying to do. Tap into the patents of Yahoo on their advertising network. That's just ominous. Oh God, it makes me so happy I don't care about Samsung devices. Because really, if you don't have an iPhone, most people, if you don't have an iPhone, you got a Samsung. We need to get behind other brands, particularly brands you can open the boot lockers and run your own ROMs on. Oh boy. Now, I said that my overarching idea here was to make sure that data is not being collected, because it doesn't matter if we're selling it or not. Maybe something bad could be happening. Well, this is why. Facebook is investigating a claim that an employee used his position to stalk women. On Monday, a member of the informed security community said they passed Facebook details concerning a security engineer who allegedly used their work position to stalk women. So, basically, the guy used his position as a security engineer for Facebook to follow different women and collect all sorts of data. You know, hey, Facebook knows who you are, where you are, what your phone number is, what your schedule is. It's basically a stalker's dream. Only the wolf was in the hen house, man. The wolf was in the hen house because he got into there. And as he got into there, he started stalking various women, utilizing his position. So just because, you know, like, don't worry. We hold your data with the utmost care. We're not selling it. It's just our sicko engineer at the back sat there looking at your self-submitted photos. I'm telling you. This is scary stuff. This is why it's important the data is simply not collected at all. Mozilla. They're investigating the claim. Although we can't comment on any individual personnel matters, we are aware of the situation and are investigating. Yep. If he was a low-level guy, he's fired. If he's a high-level guy, they'll give him $1 million and you know, hey, it's good working with you, and he'll silently resign. Of course, that's not the only scary thing with privacy. There is a phone maker, Blue. If you happen to have a Blue phone, they settled the case where basically Blue phones were sending a massive amount of data to firmware and data mining providers, including complete raw text of every text message you sent on your phone was sent directly to their data miners. So if you have a Blue phone, they just know everything about you. They've taken it all, man. They've taken it all. Settlement stems from research published in 2016 by CryptoWire, found that Blue phones were transmitting massive amounts of private customer data to AddUps Technologies, a Shanghai-based provider of firmware that ran the affected devices. They said AddUp appeared to gather data to help the phone manufacturers and carriers track behavior of their customers for advertising purposes, to give them a better user experience. Yeah. Guys, just gotta be careful with this stuff. I mean, more and more, it's just like, yeah, I don't even know if I will care about text messaging. I don't know. Kind of crazy. But anyway, they, let's see, regulators said AddUp provides advertising, data mining, and FOTA, firmware, over-the-air update services to mobile and Internet of Things connected devices. Blue entered a contract with AddUps to have the China-based company perform firmware over-the-air update services on their devices, and respondents did not ask AddUps to perform any other services. Despite the limited mandate, they collected a wealth of customer information, including full contents of text messages, real-time cellular tower location data, call and text message logs with full telephone numbers, contact lists, and applications used and installed on each device. Text messages were collected and transmitted back to the company every 72 hours while collecting location data in real time and transmitting to servers every 24 hours. Got to be careful with your phones. I don't know what exactly to do about that. Maybe just make sure everything itself is completely open source and end-to-end encrypted. That's the best I can say. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, that's the privacy news. What do you guys think? I hope you've enjoyed this video from Switched to Linux. If you'd like to help support the channel, check out the links at the top. There is another video over here. You can check out our Patreon page down here. And you can check out shop.switchtolinux.com for information on a t-shirt like this or some other designs. Thanks for watching and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.